Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today's going to be another exciting oil analysis. This time on my own personal vehicle. This is my 2013 SL550 Mercedes Benz. And you say, Eben, why can't you say Mercedes-Benz? Well, I don't even know why. That's all I hear. But today we're going to be doing the oil analysis on the 100% synthetic European oil. 100% extra film strength, more protection. So this car averaged about 10 miles an hour here in Las Vegas. And we're actually going to show you some of the speeds we've been driving, doing tons and tons of idling on this car. So I wanted you to show exactly what we're looking at here. And this is going to be surprising, but it's hard to believe, but really something. You got to see this mileage. So we're going to go here to the mileage, and we're going to show you the average speed in the last 800 miles. We did 17 miles per gallon at 24 miles an hour. And our mileage on the car is 47,620. So this is definitely going to be a city test. So this is 5,000 miles of city driving in Las Vegas, 108 degree average daily temperature when I drive this car. So that's right, I'll say it again, 108 degrees average. So in the daytime, it's touching 115. At night, it's about 101. So this oil change has only been in there for about a month. You can go back and see the engine flush where we actually did the engine flush with a bottle of flush. And I'll show you some of the products here. We got a whole bottle stack up of flush, and that's what we used on it. And what the flush does is actually get all the carbon around the rings, the oil cooler ports, all these different areas of the motor, and it gets carbon around the timing chain out, all that type of stuff. So we already flushed this car with 40-some thousand miles. Now we're 5,000 miles later, and now it's time to go ahead and start pumping her out. So we're going to take our oil analysis kit, which I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like here. This is the Amsoil oil analysis kit, the G106. And then we got, and this is a UPS prepaid kit, and we got our G1571, it looks like, of extra hose, so you can reuse it and use your pump. So now all we do is I want to show you what the oil looks like. So we're going to take our dipstick, nice and clean, show you what that looks like. And now here we go. We're going to stick it in, and I'm going to show you how much oil is on the dipstick, how much it used since we changed it. And this is our dipstick. So that's our dipstick after 5,000 miles of city driving, which is about 9,000 highway miles. So I'll say that again. This is what the oil looks like after about 9,000 highway miles, 5,000 city miles. So that's what it looks like right there. Looks like it used about, I'm going to say 0.3 quart. So it used this much oil, that little bit, not even a third of a quart of oil in 5,000 miles. And I drove this car with some power on it. You'll see the videos back where I do some 0 to 60s and stuff. So you can see the oil, super clean what it looks like. Now all we do is pull our sample. So we got our little bottle kit. This threads on. This just threads in and tightens up. And now all we do is come here and go ahead and shove it in until we hit the bottom. Like this, keep going. And boom, there she is. We got the bottom. Just start sucking. Start shucking. And she'll fill up real quick. We'll go ahead and get her all nice and full. And we're about good. That's it. Oh, she's a little bit of a goggler. So now we're going to uncap. All we do is unthread. Super easy. Like this. Drip, drip. We're good. Show you what it looks like up front. Now, how you know the oil's good is it doesn't have a milky look to it. So it doesn't look like a milkshake. There's no coolant leaking into the oil. Another problem you can have is where fuel goes into your motor oil. It actually thins out and your actual level on the dipstick will start to go up. So those are two concerns you can have. This oil, I've looked at it, it's totally fine, but we're gonna be sending it out, doing a full oil analysis, and we're gonna be showing this oil after more mileage. But we're also doing a filter change. This is our Wix oil filter, and we're gonna be throwing that in right now. We'll show you how that goes. Filter change, we got our 26 mil socket. We got our little pick to take off the O-ring, super easy. And the only reason I'm doing this filter change is because this is my first oil change with Amsoil. So we did the engine flush. A lot of the carbon and all that stuff came out. However, the flush doesn't get everything out. So I like to come back early, especially if it's your first time switching to Amsoil, and doing the filter change a little bit early. That way, all that extra carbon that comes out is in the filter, not in the oil. So now, all we do is we just go ahead and wiggle her on like this, easy as pie, and crack her loose. Here we go. You'll see how easy this is. So we got our new filter. This has like a little O-ring in it, which is nice. It's rubber, and then this just snaps in. So all we do is take this, we're gonna pull it straight up and out, like this, snap straight out. That's our old filter. After 5,000, we come here with our fresh one, snap straight down in. And we don't even need to change this rubber, but we're gonna change it anyways, just for extra due diligence. But in 5,000 miles in a couple months, it's not just going to just crack on you, but you always wanna change this out, especially after a year. If you're doing the full year, come around, and just pull it off. That's it. You just undo your rubber, and now you come here, go ahead and wiggle her off, and she's still pretty hot. You know, your cartridge filters will be pretty hot, especially if it's right on the motor like this car. And then all we do is roll her on, like rolling on your rubbers. And it's definitely important to use your rubber gloves. You don't want to get the oil on your skin. It's not too good for your body. The exposure, especially long-term exposure, is not too good. So that's it. That's all lubed up. But you know what? Just for a little extra due diligence, we're going to crack open a nice virgin bottle of 100% synthetic European. And this meets and exceeds all the Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Porsche specs. Amsoil also makes the new viscosities, the zero weights. So if you have a newer style vehicle, Amsoil makes it for that vehicle. And like I mentioned, you'll see that on the lookup guide in the description section, comment section. So I just go ahead and it's like pouring honey on pancakes, the beautiful liquid gold. We're gonna go ahead and pour a little honey on. And now we roll it and we get her all nice and lubed. And you'll see when you roll it like this, how easy it is to thread on. So that's it, we're good to go. All we do is come straight on in. Oh, we can hit our inside rubber. You can always hit this too. Get that nice and wet and lubed. And that's it. We come on in like this. And watch how easy this threads on. Like that. Tighten her up. You crack this 100% synthetic open. I always say if it ain't messy, it ain't fun. And if it ain't fun, it ain't messy. That's why the wetter, the better. So come on in and take a look. We're gonna right now we're gonna throw in our 0.3 quart. So all we do is drop in our funnel. Now if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe, tap that notification bell. You're gonna wanna come back and watch a lot more videos like this later, and check out the playlist on all the oil analysis. We've done 26,000 mile, we have an 18-wheeler, we did 40,000 mile oil analysis, 20,000 miles of city driving in an Uber Lyft car. I mean, so there's tons of videos here in the channel. So we're gonna go ahead and throw in our 0.3. Just a tidge more. The beautiful liquid gold. And I say, if you love your car, this is what you do. You treat it right. All right, we're gonna finalize everything. Just wanted to go over all the info with you. So this is name, address, phone number. You put in all that. You put in the lube time, how many miles, 5,000 miles. We go through lube added, none. Lube change, no. but we did change the filter. Coming down to the engine manufacturer, Mercedes-Benz, 4.7 liter turbo. The oil we used, this is the EFM, which is the 530 European Classic, right there. Sump capacity, 9 quarts of oil. And now all we do is take off our sample jar sticker. This little teeny tag. You take this sucker off and you slap it right here on the bottle. Here's our splooge sample. No, this is our oil sample. I'm just kidding. And then all we do is just slap it on. And that's it. There's really nothing to it. This is called the prepaid UPS oil analysis kit. So if you want to try it out, like I said, the link's all down in the description. All you do is you retain this for your records, this very bottom part. This is the same number code on here. So all you do is go to this checkered part and you just rip this right down like that. Fold this up just like so. Shaboo-boo. Here's our kit, all dialed in. Drop the splooge in. Whoop. Drop our fill out kit in here. Slap that in. Just fold it up one more time like this. Make sure she's tight. We don't want it going all over. And then we have our tracking number for the bottle on here. And then we're going to peel our sticker. This is our tracking number. We retain this bottom sticker for me. And then this big URL, this scannable thing, prepaid. This goes right on here. Oh, we almost dropped our nuts here. Got our go here. And like that, that's on. Our oil almost fell out. We got our paperwork in there. Drop that in. And that's it. All we do is seal her up. You come here. This is a 2-side sticky piece here. No, right here. You pull this little sticky. And then as soon as this is real sticky, this just touches this. And that's it. It's sealed forever. Boom. And then all you do is drop this right in the mail. One more thing I almost forgot. A lot of people, when they get their prepaid oil analysis kit, that's what it looks like, all wrapped up. And this is the kit code. That's the exact code right there. I wanted to mention, don't worry about going online and filling out all the information. When they complete your test, they're going to send you an email. And then you just, you can view your oil analysis right in the email, or you can print it out. All right, we're headed to a CVS down the street that's got a UPS drop-off. So we're going to drop off our package, and then they usually send us the results email. So I should have that email in a couple of days. And I wanted to mention why you do oil analysis. A lot of fleets use it, especially jet engines. So jets, if anything happens, you know, a car is not a big deal, but if a jet starts to have bearing wear and there's metal floating in the oil, that means they could lose an engine. So it's very important on jets. So that's actually how oil analysis started, was doing oil analysis on jet engines. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull in here, right here at a CVS, and drop it off. And so if you have a fleet or you have any type of special equipment, it's great to really get to know your equipment, your vehicles, and that way you're not guessing. Now in a car like this, I've looked at so many oil analysis samples, I can just tell the oil's fine on this car, but we're gonna see exactly what the levels of all the metallics, the oxidation, how much the oil's thickened. That's how you can tell how quick it's expiring. So we're gonna go ahead into CVS right now, show you what it looks like. CVS dropper. We're back after 5,000 miles. We got the oil analysis, we shipped it out. We got the results back. We're gonna go over them right now. So here we go. We got the oil analysis. Starting out, Mercedes-Benz. Right here, this is where it went, Indianapolis, Indiana. The results came back excellent. And now we're gonna go over everything. We added 0 oil. pump capacity, 9 quarts of oil is in the SL550. We got no flag data, maintenance, nothing maintenance that needs to be taken place. We got our no seals or any problems with anything like that. You can read that whole comment section. We're going to come over to our wear metals. Our iron, all our different wear metals are very, very low. And these are metals like rings, rockers, all these different components that wear out that are normal. We got our silicone. That's from the dusty air out here in Las Vegas. It's super dusty out here. So that's going to be definitely always have some with the way it is. Coming on over to our multi-source metals, everything's good on that. Our additive metals, these are our anti-wear metals. So like the European oil is called full saps, and that's sulfur ash and phosphorus. And these are these different anti-wear metals right here. Right there we have our zinc, which is an anti-wear metal, zinc, phosphorus, and our calcium. So those are all doing really good. Coming on over to the date sampled, the miles, we put 5,000 miles on the oil. We also did a filter change. So the filter can collapse if you don't use the Amsoil filter with the upgraded backplate. So for me, I changed it way early. I did a filter change at 5,000, which you just saw. Coming on down to our lube added, we added 0 oil, fuel dilution, 1.2%. So basically anything under 2% is very low. Not gonna really thin out the oil. You're not gonna have a film strength issue. So that's good. Very low fuel contamination. Our soot levels are basically nothing. Our water, basically nothing. Our CST, that is our Centistokes. That is the viscosity at 200 degrees Celsius, or 100 degrees Celsius, 212 Fahrenheit. So that is the thickness of the motor oil at operating temperature, or very close to operating temperature. This car is about 190. And so a 12.4 is the very, very top of a 30 weight oil. So basically 12.5 and up is a 40 weight oil. So this oil barely thickened at all compared to OEM. You know, it may have thinned out maybe, 1 or 2 tenths from that fuel dilution, but it's such a small amount, not going to hurt anything. So the oil barely thickened at 5,000 miles, and that's in the heat out here with 110 degree days. Our base number, this is what keeps the acid from getting higher, the base number, and that's a additive package that is in all motor oils. And that's what makes Amsoil superior, is how their base number holds up and how it doesn't break down and wear out. So we're going to be coming back in 10,000 miles on this, and we're going to be doing the full 10,000 mile oil analysis. So yeah, the car's running great. What did we do it at? We did it at 7,500. And and I wanted to mention the preferred customer program. If you are buying the Amsoil products or you've never tried them yet, down below, if you hit show more, if you're on a desktop or a laptop, or if you're on a smartphone, click the little reverse down arrow and you'll see my wholesale account link. And what that'll do is that will give you the wholesale pricing. You'll get a quarterly Amsoil magazine. You'll get the products at about $33 off on a $100 order. So it's a 25% discount, but there's a difference in tax. And that difference in tax is about 33 bucks off a $100 order. So if you've ever wanted to try these products, definitely, speaking of trying the products, right there in the cover, that's the European 540 motor oil that I put in this car. So if you've been wanting to try it, you can use my link. That would make me your Amsoil dealer. I could always personally answer your questions. If you had any questions, you could call or text me, and I help all my personal accounts. And if you don't use my link and you get signed up with another dealer, then you would have to deal with your other dealer, because I am only allowed to deal with my accounts. So I don't ever really help anyone else's accounts, because it's an Amsoil policy, and it's just the way they do it, which is great. So always happy to help you any way I can. and love sharing the content. I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, definitely give it a thumbs up. Slap that thumbs up button like slapping a bottle of oil. A week or so, and let's see what we got. We're at 4860. We did the sample at, we did it at, the component time is, I was just looking at it. I don't even know where it is, but yeah, it was on there. And we're gonna go ahead and go ripping around a little bit. Check out the full playlist on the car here. You're gonna wanna check out all the fluids we changed on her to get her to this point. We did the tires, the coolant, we did the brake fluid, we did the rear diff, we did the motor oil, we did the intercooler fluid, we did tons and tons of stuff in this car, and it's not even comparable. I mean, I just started this car. It's cold. And look at how cold it is. Look at the outdoor temperature. 100 degrees out. And listen to this car. This car is just on idle up, and listen to how quiet it is. So yeah, I mean, it's a totally different car from when I bought it, and I'm excited to keep sharing the info. We're going to be doing more and more, so check out that playlist, and we'll see you right here on Synthetic Oil Protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.